Hello guys, I'm back with another video. Today, we will be discussing about how to do a workplace accident and incident investigation. This is one of the most important topics since this applies to PCO and SO tasks. The investigation basics includes the following: differentiate accidents and incidents, why both should be investigated, how to find the root cause, the methods on how to do a proper investigation, and continual improvement. First and foremost, what is an accident? Accident is an unplanned event that interrupts the completion of an activity that may result in personal injury, illness or in property damage, or in worst case scenario, fatality. Usually, people accepts and defines accident as just bad luck. It's already his or her time, just one of those things, and so on and so forth. But you know what? Accidents are preventable. How? By identifying the hazards and its potential effect and implementing controls, whether administrative control such as training, engineering control such as, for example, provision of sturdy racks, and or provision of PPE. Let's move forward. How accidents is different to incident and how is it related to accident? So in a workplace, incidents are known as near miss. Incident may disrupt the work process, but does not result in injury or damage. It should be looked as wake-up call. What does it mean? It means that if incidents are not investigated and monitored thoroughly, it could lead to accidents. Hence, incidents should be investigated to identify the root cause and implement appropriate corrective action. Now, why is it important to report and investigate? Of course, for you to identify and eliminate hazard or to identify the root cause, to prevent recurrence of accidents that may lead to injury, illness or death, property and equipment damage, lost productivity, and poor morale. To increase productivity, improve operations, raise awareness, and motivate the workers or employees. To ensure compliance to all legal requirements related to health and safety of the employees. In conducting an investigation, the following are the key personnel involved: safety officer, injured personnel, direct supervisor of injured personnel, employees who witnessed the accident or incident, and other employees management as applicable. The advantage of having a supervisor perform the investigation is that the supervisor is likely to be the most knowledgeable about the work, the persons involved, and current conditions. The supervisor can also take immediate remedial action. The basic steps in conducting an investigation is to first conduct a preliminary investigation, such as what were the initial response done. Also make sure to investigate the accidents and incidents immediately. Second is to conduct interview and collect facts or evidences. Interview witnesses as soon as possible to ensure availability of evidences and credibility of the witnesses or the victim and supervisor statements. Look at all angles of the event, meaning question every single thing. After conducting an interview, it's crucial to collect evidence such as photo documentation and or CCTV footage if applicable to support the claims of the interviewed personnel and to ensure consistency of the statements. If possible and or applicable, do reenactment. Photo documentation may include scenes such as positions of injured worker, equipment and materials being used, safety devices in use, position on appropriate guards, positions of controls of machinery, and so on and so forth. Also take note the environmental conditions such as lighting levels, noise levels, housekeeping and working environment, floor or working surface condition, etc. Then jot down all information that you will gather. Thirdly, analyze the data and information collected. Connect all the dots. What was the statement of the witness? Is it consistent with the accident scene? And of course, you need to document all the findings. Create your final conclusion and come up with a corrective action. Once done, make sure to monitor its effectiveness. You can set a timeline when to conclude that the actions are effective. For example, after 6 months of implementing corrective action, the accident has never occurred. Therefore, the corrective action is effective and it will be part of the overall implementation of health and safety program. Here are some important questions during accident and incident investigation. First question would be, how does the accident happen? Some more important questions include, is this a company or industry recognized hazard? Has the company taken previous action to control this hazard? What are those actions? Is there a training issue? Are the employees using correct tools or equipment? Is supervision needed for this type of work? Was the worker in good condition? For example, non-alcohol intoxicated, no health issues, etc. Once you're done with an investigation, you need to write a report. Incident and accident reports are compilation of facts. The report should include an accurate narrative of what happened, clear description of unsafe act or condition, recommended immediate corrective action, recommended long-term corrective action, recommended follow-up to ensure the long-term corrective action is in place, recommended review to assure corrective action is effective. In the report, you should have conclusion, and it must answer the following questions. What should happen to prevent future accidents? Should we eliminate unnecessary process? Do we need to improve working environment? Should we practice 5S? Do we need to strengthen training? What resources are needed? Is there a need to purchase appropriate PPE, additional illumination, ventilation, additional safety signages, etc.? Who is responsible for making changes? Is it the top management, supervisors, visitors, suppliers, or the workers itself? Who will follow up and ensure changes are implemented? Is it the safety officer, the top management, or the person involved in the accident or incident? What will be the future long-term procedures? Or what will be the corrective action? Do we need to conduct toolbox meeting every morning from now on? Do we need to purchase automated lifter instead of doing it manually? Something like that. To better understand the accident or incident investigation, including reporting, I have prepared a sample scenario in a manufacturing setup. In the narrative during investigation, operator didn't consider the weight of the palletized boxes of parts before loading it to the truck. The boxes' weight differ from each other, causing unbalanced work. Since the operator was not aware that each boxes contain different weights, the heavier boxes tilted on the side then fell down while lifting it using the forklift. Based on the analysis of the collected facts or evidences, the following must be immediate corrective action. First is parts arrangement awareness, proper arrangement of parts, sort all palletized parts per weight, 100% visual inspection of dropped parts to determine if there are damages, adjust fork into max width setup. The responsible person include operators, parts inspectors, and supervisors. At the same time, the following are the recommended long-term corrective action. Annual refresher or training for forklift operator, revised guidelines by inclusion of information regarding proper parts distribution on the forklift, additional signage regarding maximum width that forklift can accommodate. The implementation of the corrective action will be followed up after 1 month from the date of accident or incident occurrence. Within 1 year, if the incident did not reoccur, the long-term corrective action will be concluded as effective and shall be retained. If not, another more effective and stringent corrective action shall be implemented. The corrective action must be followed up by the safety officer and by the top management. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. As thanks for reaching this far of this video, I have prepared some additional notes and tips. Number 1. In writing incident report, you may also include, of course, the name of the person involved, age, sex, occupation or position title, and the specific location of the accident or incident. Number 2. When conducting interview, avoid questions answerable by yes or no. Let the witness explain by asking how, why, and what, or just think any question that will make them explain further. Remember that safety officers are not responsible for conducting all investigation, but just to assist. Process owners are the ones who shall formulate corrective actions since they know the process very well, more than anyone else. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for your continued support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you till our next video. Goodbye!